Hello and welcome to the shop. This video is kind of a continuation of a previous video where I showed you my new technique for building a herringbone pin blank. In this video, I'm going to pick up where I left off and I'm going to go ahead and turn one of those blanks into a pin. So I really hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. I have my blank chucked up and ready to turn. Last night I posted a photo of this out on Facebook, and a fellow turner whose opinion I have a great deal of respect for, named Ron Ratliff, sent me a private message and told me that when he turns his herringbone blanks, once he gets them trued up, he likes to soak them in CA. And the reason being is, take a look at this. See these little missing areas here? When you have things like that, if there's a void down inside your blank, you have the possibility of getting a catch, and that catch can actually tear out chunks of wood and really mess your blank up. So I think that's a great suggestion. I think it's a good idea, and once I get this trued up, I plan to go ahead and soak it in some thin CA glue, and if there are any larger voids that I can see, I'll be sure to put some medium on there just to make sure that this thing holds together. Taking a look at my blank, it really looks nice down this side. This is one of the better ones I've done for the tightness of the interlocking pieces. I really like the looks of that. Flipping it over, you can see I've got a little tear out on this face, nothing too severe. We'll be able to take care of that. On this side here, it's interlocking nicely, but we've still got a flat spot. I hadn't got that turned away, not a problem. I've got plenty of meat before I get down to the bushings. That will disappear. This face here has substantial tear out, but it's nothing that can't be fixed because I've got plenty of meat left before I get to the bushing. So using what Ron told me, I'm going to soak this with thin CA glue and hit it with some activator, and then anywhere I've got this tear out, I'm going to come back and fill with medium and hit that with accelerator, and hopefully that'll keep everything locked together and allow me to turn the rest of this blank without any further tear out. Just going to soak it really good. I'm not putting it on so thick that it's running off. I'm just putting enough on to wet the surface because I really just want it to soak into the grain. Make sure I get the entire blank. Now for a little shot of activator. I'll just spin it by hand. There we go. I'm going to go back now, and using a little medium CA, I'm going to fill any voids that I can find. It's drying pretty quick from the activator that's on there. There we go. I'm even going to put some along these other pieces that aren't showing any issue. Better safe than sorry. Hit that with a little activator. Okay. I'm using quite a bit of glue here, but you know what? I really want this blank to be a success because it's one of the most beautiful patterns that I've ever made, or the most beautiful interlocking patterns. I don't know how I got so lucky with it, but I did a better job than I usually do. So this new method is really working out for me. I'm going to wait just a little bit before I start turning. You can see I put quite a bit of medium CA on there. I did hit it with the activator, but what will happen is it'll crust over. I need to give the interior, the inside glue, time to dry, and you can feel the heat on the blank, I guess from the CA drying due to the chemical reaction with the activator. So we're going to let this set for just a few minutes, and I'll come back and finish turning. I am down to the bushings on both ends. This blank is ready to be sanded. There are no gaps. There's no tear out. Ron, I want to say thank you for your suggestion because I don't think I could have had the blank turn out quite this nice had I not done what you told me about. I've sanded my blank down through 400. I'm real happy with how it looks. I'm going to go ahead now and clean it with a little denatured alcohol. Give it a little bit of time to air dry and we'll get a finish on it. I just finished putting CA on my blank. I have no idea how many coats I used. There were quite a few coats of thin CA, and I followed that up with medium CA. It's really smooth, which is surprising because I haven't micro meshed it yet. I'm going to go ahead and micro mesh it, polish it, and we'll take a look at it then. This blank looks absolutely amazing. It's ready for polish, and I think it's going to just make it pop. Let's get this pen assembled. I am very proud of this pen. It is the single best I have ever done with the herringbone design. Using the aluminum angle creates perfect 90-degree segments, which makes glue up easy. And wow, the blank is phenomenal. The tip from Ron Ratliff was fantastic. That probably saved the blank because there was some chip out. I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop today. I had a great time turning this pen. I also had a great time making the blank. And you might remember that there were two blanks that I made in the video. Here's the second one. This blank will be turned into a seam ripper, but I'm hanging on to it for the time being because I'm going to demo the technique of using the angle, the aluminum angle, to make herringbone blanks in my upcoming Turner's Club meeting. One thing I haven't tried yet that I think would be kind of neat, and if one of you decides to try it, I'd love to see some photos. Why not make, say, 2-inch by 2-inch squares, maybe a 1/2 inch thick, herringbone it together and make a tool handle? I think that would be an incredible idea. And if one of you guys is brave enough to try that, I'd love to see some photos. I'd like to thank you for joining me in the shop tonight. I want you to know that you are always welcome in my shop. I want you to come back and see me again real soon. Have a great evening.